Today is day 12 of our 21-day fast, and today we're dealing with the demon of debt. Proverbs 22:7 says, "The rich rule over the poor, and the borrower is the lender's slave." Now, the truth of the matter is that most people in America are in financial slavery right now. And so the issue is, first of all, how do we get into so much debt? A lot of it has to do with impulse spending. A lot of it has to do with financial illiteracy. And that's why we're going through this 21-day fast so that we can take some time to go back and look at the biblical principles that God has laid out as it relates to how we ought to relate to money. Jesus said very clearly, you can't serve God and money. One of them is going to master you. And unfortunately, MasterCard has most of us by the neck. And so we want to challenge you in a few areas. First of all, to try to avoid any more debt as much as possible. That is to say, if you're in debt right now, and primarily I'm not just talking about like debt as relates to a mortgage or as relates to your car, but I'm talking about like that revolving debt, credit card debt. If you're in debt right now, just make a commitment that you're not going to go further into the hole. The other thing we want to challenge you to do, and Michelle Singletary talks about it in her book, and I think Dave Ramsey talks about it as well, and that is develop a debt reduction plan. She calls it if I'm not mistaken, a debt dash plan. Other people call it snowballing. And basically, what it is first of all, get all of your um, debts, get all your bills lined up. That is to say, write them all down. Do you know exactly how much you owe? In other words, if a philanthropist came to you and said, you know what, if you can tell me to the penny how much you owe right now, I'm going to write you a check. Could you say, or could you show exactly how much you owe? You need to be able to do that. But once you line out your revolving debt, line out your debts, then according to Michelle Singletary, one good way to sort of get a psychological boost and sort of jumpstart your debt reduction plan is to figure out a way to double up on the lowest debt that you have and see how you can pay that off as soon as possible. As soon as you pay off the lowest debt, then take the money that you had been paying on that debt and apply it to the next lowest debt and keep on going in that way, sort of ratcheting yourself up or ratcheting yourself down as it relates to debt. And in doing so, you will, first of all, get a tremendous psychological boost as you start seeing the debt reduce, but also you'll be able to pay off your debt much more quickly. So the bottom line is, if you can, don't make any more debt. Try to come up with a debt reduction plan, and there are many of them that you can find on the web. If you go to Michelle Singletary's website, if you go to Dave Ramsey, I think Financial Peace website, even some churches like Willow Creek have various ministries where they have free resources online. Bottom line is, don't just stay a slave. Um, Purchase your own freedom, and you can easily do that with the discipline that the Word of God provides. The last fruit of the Spirit, and we don't talk about it much, is what the Bible calls temperance or self-control. You can get control over your debt. You just have to trust God, forget about the mistakes that you've made in the past, just learn from them, and then put a plan together, and God will bless your efforts. I'm working on that. My wife and I talked through that, and I hope that you'll do the same with the people in your household. God bless you and have a great day.